not getting tier 3 yet. And the reason I'm not getting tier 3 yet is because that strafe really knocked me back. He's going to recruit this MG, which is going to be extremely annoying. My pack actually kills one of these rifle squads, or these riflemen execution style, just pops him in the face with his pistol, and this dude walks across a mine and he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something, because it doesn't hurt him whatsoever. But looking at my map control, we're actually going to open the tactical map for a second right now. And it's decent still. I have been able to inflict decent manpower damage. You see he does have 5 rifle squads. Huh. He has 5 rifle squads. I don't know why he got 5 rifle squads. Maybe after he got the M8, he realized he needed a bit more field presence because he lost the M8 so quickly, so he got another rifle squad. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a sniper right now, and I think that's actually one of the things that comes back to bite him in the butt later in this game, is the fact that he hasn't counter-sniped my sniper yet. Of course, he's airborne, so when you have strafe, why buy a counter-sniper? Of course, a counter-sniper would be helpful not only as a counter-sniper, but also as a sniper, because I'm going heavy tier 2, and I don't have... do I have vet 2? No, I don't have vet 2 up, but I will be getting vet 2 up eventually, and I am getting my medic bunker up finally. You really want a medic bunker if you're going heavy tier 2 or heavy infantry of any kind, because why not? It's extremely cheap, only 150 manpower, 50 munitions, and my sniper dies to a strafe, so there you go. Why counter snipe when you can drop a strafe? And I do kill the MG though, which was good for me at least, because that means there's no more MG to kill my men. But it also means I can't recruit the MG because I killed it while it was retreating, which, if you think you're going to lose an MG and your opponent's going to be able to recruit it, just mash down on T, because if you can manage to get it to retreat and he kills it on retreat, he's going to lose the gun, and he's not going to be able to recapture it, which is better than him being able to recapture it, because a MG in the hands of an American player is not something you like to see. He's also tossing flamers in this building again, which is good, except they can't reach this squad, so yeah, he's gonna pop him out right away and then move him up. So I'm gonna have to run away. I'm probably gonna retreat, because one little burst from the flamer actually kills a man already. These close combats with 10 kills though, which is nice. I actually might have lost them earlier. No, I can't remember. I thought I lost these game, but this was like a week or 2 ago that I played this, so I can't really remember all the details. I am moving in, however. I don't have an MG. He didn't throw a grenade. I might throw a grenade. Nope, he is throwing a grenade, and we both throw grenades. I don't notice, or I do notice, but I'm already throwing mine, so I'm like, I'm gonna eat this and hope it doesn't do too much damage. And it turns out it does do a bit of damage, more than mine did, but I'm also right now focusing down the flamers. This Grand Squad's gonna have to retreat, or else they're gonna die soon, and I did finally tech to vet 2. He threw another grenade, but that's not gonna do like anything. It does do a bit of damage, and these close combat's actually probably going to die because I wasn't paying attention. I think I was microing up here at the time. I did manage to get a grenade in on this rifle squad, and these guys are both going to have to get out of there. This minesweeper, he'll be alright though. I might actually kill... no, I'm not going to kill any of that stuff. But in terms of tech right now, I am focusing solely on vetted Grens at this point in the game. I know Nystrom has a significant manpower advantage over me thanks to the 2 strafes he's dropped. He also, I think, dropped, maybe, did he? Yeah, he doesn't have a weapon support center, so he did drop a supply drop in order to crew that mortar. I don't think he crewed the MG, however, which MGs are actually fairly good against Gren spam. However, this flamer's going to go down. Yes, that was helpful for me. Did he strafe again? Yeah, he strafed, but I managed to dodge this one, maybe. Man, I completely missed that. I think I did dodge it, however, with these 2 squads, because it came from the long way, so I was able to hear it and see it coming and kind of run away before I got completely obliterated. But really at this point, I am teching to vet 3 on my infantry. I do have 3 Grens, and I feel fairly confident. I've done some decent damage to him. I did kill off that one flamer squad. I kind of dodged a grenade right there, but yeah, this squad's going to have to retreat as well. I haven't really benefited from the medic bunker yet, but it has been early, and it is in a fairly good spot. He's not going to be able to counter that fairly easily, especially as airborne, because airborne lacks really dedicated anti-bunker artillery, because bombing runs are fairly expensive, and they're a line, not a spot, like infantry, artillery, or Calippies are. But anyways, vet 3 finally finishing up, and at this point, what is going on? He said what the hell. I don't know why he said what the hell. But at this point, I'm just pumping mass grenadiers, and the reason I'm doing this is because I know, well, at this point, he doesn't have a sniper yet, which he has 2 supply drops in here. He's probably going to pick those up right now. Or maybe not. No, he's just going to run. Oh, there we go. Man, picked them all up at once. That was funny. But he doesn't have a sniper yet, and until he has a sniper, I'm just going to keep building grenadiers, because Vet 3 grenadiers are far superior to Vet 1 and even Vet 2 rifle squads. Vet 2 rifle squads start to compete with Vet 3 grens. Vet 3 grens can become so numerous. He's actually throwing a grenade in this building, which is a bad idea to do, because as you notice, he actually might have missed the entire building. His rifleman should be fired for that. But this church is a very bad building to throw grenades in, because it's so huge. The rifle squads and the gren squads will spread out a lot in that building, and your grenades won't do much damage. I actually throw a grenade right there, and it's not going to do anything either, so the squad can retreat. But yeah, don't throw grenades in this house. Just use flamers if you can. He also is shelling it with his mortar, but once again, the house is so huge, it's not really doing much damage, and these grens have just been chilling in here like the entire engagement. They're finally going to run away, however, or not. No, they're going to chill in red cover, because that's where they want to go, because they want to die. But nope, they're going to run away. And I have a Shrek squad because I'm kind of worried. He strafes me again, but as you see, actually, funny thing to point out, I know it's the case in retail, and I'm not positive if it's the case in Company of Heroes Online, but this example right here certainly highlighted the fact that it probably is the case in Company of Heroes Online. Strafe is a unique ability. Most people don't know this, but you actually want to blob. As weird as that sounds, you want to stay as close together against a person who uses a lot of strafes, because the damage of the strafe spreads and like kind of spreads out between. He does have another M8, which is going to make my Shreks a bit useful, but the damage from the strafe is distributed amongst all the squads that it hits. So if you hit 5 squads with a strafe, it's going to do a lot less damage to each of those squads individually, because it's going to spread the damage between those 5 squads, whereas if you only hit 1 squad with the strafe, it's going to do the full damage to that 1 squad. So I had all those Grens and Volks Grenadiers together, and when he strafed him, he only killed 1 man and just suppressed everything. I've heard somewhere that they removed the benefits that Elite Armor give to, or that Elite Armor give against strafe. I can't confirm that, but if anyone knows and wants to tell me, I'd really appreciate it, because I don't know, and I just instinctively get Vet 3 as quickly as possible against all airborne players, because I know they're going to strafe the heck out of me, and I want to be prepared for that. But if the Vet 3 isn't really helping at all, it's kind of pointless to get. I mean, I know Vet 2 helps just because extra health means they can survive more damage. I do have a counter mortar somewhere right here, and you'll notice every single time I shoot, I'm going to reposition that mortar, and the reason I'm doing that is because whenever you deal damage to your opponent with a mortar, he sees the mortar in the fog of war, and he sees the location. And when your opponent has a mortar and he knows where your mortar is and you don't know where his mortar is, he can just barrage your mortar, and in a few shots your mortar is dead, and there goes your manpower. So a good thing to do is when you're going to barrage, I think I'm either barraging his mortar or the house, but once you barrage, shift, yeah, I am barraging his mortar, and I think I'm actually going to take it out. That first shot did an incredible amount of damage, and yep, there it goes. But after I did that, I should have shift-clicked somewhere else after the barrage, because that way the mortar will automatically fire off the barrage and then unpack, move to a different location, and pack up again. And you want to do that because that way it's a lot harder for your opponent to counter mortar you or counter RD you or anything like that, because he has to constantly be guessing where the mortar is. And if he wastes a barrage on the spot, see, I did reposition it right here, but if he wastes a barrage on the spot where the mortar was and not where the mortar is, you'll most likely find out where the mortar is, and you'll be able to kill it fairly easily. I am moving my pack in to shoot this M8, and I don't have any Shreks, however, so it's probably not going to be able to kill it, especially because he's repairing it and he's going to notice. No, it does kill it. Wow. So that was fairly lucky. I don't know why I charged in with these Grens. That was kind of stupid, and I think I'm actually going to lose this squad because I'm not paying attention. I'm actually microing down here trying to keep my mortar out of trouble, and I do, but these Grens are in a lot of trouble, so my mortar's kind of dancing around. These Grens are going to have to come over here and help. Maybe they're not. Yeah, these guys are going to have to run away. This mortar is being really stupid. He actually decrewed my pack, and he has a vet 2 rifle in the middle, so that's not very good for me, and I'm in a little bit of trouble at this point in the game. Looking at the VPs, I'm almost down to 200. He's still at 370. Of course, I am Wehrmacht, so I can thrive on late game, and as you notice, I am almost at 8 CPs, which means my King Tiger will be... Oh, I just kicked something. My King Tiger will be on the way very soon. Wrong door. Yeah, I think he exited this building from over here instead of over here, which really sucked. And if not, he did something else with doors. Maybe it was over here. Yeah, actually, it was over here, I think. I really can't remember because it was so long ago, but this one squad probably signifies that that's what it was. Anyways, I am probably going to be saving up my manpower after these reinforcements. I'm not going to be reinforcing anything else until I have 1,000 manpower for the King Tiger, because at this point, I figure he knows I've been going heavy infantry, so he hasn't been focusing on anti-tank. So there's going to be a window of opportunity whereby my King Tiger is going to be able to do a lot of damage, and he's really not going to have much to hard counter it with. He actually threw a grenade in here, and I managed to dodge it, which was nice. I actually hopped in this building because I didn't want him to hop in it, because bars in the building, even though this building isn't the best, it doesn't have that many windows, it would have done a lot of damage. It would have been very annoying. He actually recruited his mortar in the middle. I'm trying to flank. If I open up the tactical menu right now, you'll see I have a lot of squads coming from every direction. This squad's actually going to probably get in the action, or he's going to wait until he caps it. But if you notice, this squad's in this building, which means he's taking the MG fire, and he's dealing a lot of damage because he is vet 3 and he does have a bar. I'm moving a Volk squad in on this side. I'm moving a Volk squad in on this side. I'm going to be moving this Gren squad in over here. I'm also moving a Gren squad in right there. So you see, a lot of players don't think they need to flank as Wehrmacht because it's just comparatively so much more difficult, because you don't have... Your flamers are weaker because they only have 2 men instead of 3, and you don't have upgrades like bars and grenades. Of course, your Grens do have grenades, but they're not really as good as the pineapples that the Americans have. I did manage to kill this MG right here, and now this rifle squad's in a lot of trouble, and he's going to retreat, being shot at by 5 Gren squads. So that's a very important thing to note. He actually strafes me right there, and because these squads are spread out a little bit, he actually killed 3 men on 2 of the squads, but they're both going to get out of there in time. And strafes are medic bunker food. That's an important thing to note. If you don't manage to kill your opponent's medic bunker and you just strafe them around it, the medics are just going to pick up the bodies, and you're going to give your opponent free squads, which is not something you want to do. You see, I'm almost at the 1,000 manpower for the King Tiger, and I am ninja capping the left VP because I did realize, oh man, my VPs are ticking fairly low, and I did see this squad coming in, so I'm like, hey, I'm going to run away because this squad is probably going to cut up this Pioneer squad. Right now, I'm in a pretty good spot in terms of map control. You look at my infantry, I do have 5 Gren squads, all vet 3, which is very powerful. I will have a King Tiger out soon, and he doesn't have any AT guns. He'll start to pump AT guns the moment he sees my King Tiger. He has OP'd his fuel, which is interesting. I don't know why he did that at all. He only has the first supply yard upgrade. He does have a tank depot now, but he hasn't built anything from it. And if we look at his point of view right now, he does have 300 manpower, so yeah, that was weird that he decided to OP that fuel. I actually missed it. He might have done it earlier because I never was able to harass. And what I did right there, he actually completely missed it, but he popped suppression fire, and I figured the moment he popped suppression fire, that was him telling himself that he has time to micro elsewhere, because a rifle squad popping suppression fire, especially I think it was vet 1 or 2, against a Gren squad, the Gren's going to get suppressed and eventually pinned, and the Gren's going to have to retreat. But what I did was throw a grenade the moment I saw him pop the suppression fire, and actually killed like 3 of his men, and then I was able to whittle him down before the suppression fire took full effect, and he actually had to retreat, so I was able to get a bit more cap time in there. Of course, it didn't make too much of a difference, but any little bit counts, especially this late in the game. I do still have a mortar right here, however, I think he has one. I don't know. I can't see it, and yeah, it's right back here, so I'm probably going to lose my mortar. But I do have the King Tiger on the field, and he's mentioning how he can't hear it because if you notice, all these hedges are dead right now. These used to be hedges, and if you are looking as an American player into your opponent's fog of war, and you know where the King Tiger spawns, which is right here, and you see these hedges being destroyed, that's like a telltale sign that, hey, a king tiger's on the field. I better get ready for that. So as